I live only for one purpose, and that is to awaken as many people as I can to how wonderful life can be when you know love, which is God.
What do you want to be remembered for?
For love.
Let it ever be remembered that God is love, and that this universe is founded upon love. Every action and its reaction in nature must be in balance with each other in order to carry out the purposeful intent of the Creator. Love expressed by action means balanced fulfillment of its own law of equal giving and regiving. That is the principle upon which this purposeful universe is founded. Love is the foundation of the universe. He who deeply loves is deeply humble. An arrogant man is one who asserts his personal ego, while the humble man is one who suppresses it and is, therefore, without arrogance. The quality of humility is that which gives to one the gentleness and tenderness of a spiritual strength which can be best described as saintly. This universe of love is a universe of law, for love is law. He who works with the law of love is working with the universe, and the universe is working with him. Every man who has ever become great became so only because he desired to, planned to, and made the effort to become so. There are no accidentally great men. All great men build themselves in their own image. That which they become, they first desired to become. They thought out and planned every step upward to their own high mountaintop. The great difference between all people lies not in their abilities, but in the intensity of desire to express their abilities. Not one thing of man's creating has endured when man looked outward and away from the spirit which centered him. On the other hand, those immortal creations of man which have endured and will endure as long as civilization lasts are those works of spiritual geniuses who have been illumined by the awakening of that divine spark which centers every man. Such works are created in the ecstasy and inspiration of their mind source and reflect the rhythms of God's thinking in them, while the works of man bodies, who know naught but the rhythms of body sounds, live but for the day and are forgotten. The new way of life, which is based upon God awareness within, is now necessary, else we perish. Man's old way of life always built a world of fear, hatred, enmity, and disunity, the policy being to take from his neighbor that which he wanted for himself by the power of might over right. The old way, which has proved so disastrous, was based upon taking, which created enemies who show their hatred by retaking. The new way will be based upon giving, which creates friends who show their love by regiving. In the message of the Divine Iliad are these words: "All men shall come to me in due time, but theirs is the agony of awaiting." By working knowingly with God's universal laws, our present agony of awaiting can be over, and all men and women can look forward to living in heavenly peace and happiness as one united world family. It is a tremendous challenge and a tremendous goal, but it is a prize in which all mankind can share. We still continue to say, we are a world of God-fearing men, whereas we should say, We are a world of God-loving men. The roots of dead beliefs are hard to uproot, but man must suffer by living in a world of his own making, and the kind of world he makes is the kind of man he is. Man thinking created the warring world of fear, hatred, enmity, and disunity we are forced to live in today. Man made it in his own likeness, in his own male-thinking image. Woman slowly rose in man's esteem in parts of the world. Wherever woman made her influence felt as the spiritual mate of her physical man, nations responded to that influence and progressed with great rapidity. Wherever woman was suppressed, however, that nation retrogressed. It could not keep up with the world flow. The measure in which any country has progressed is the measure of its recognition of woman. The spiritual love nature of woman has never had a chance of balancing the progress of civilization, and for that reason, civilizations have repeatedly fallen, as our present civilization must inevitably fall because of its own unbalance and disunity in all of the essentials necessary for a normal existence. If mankind ever knew the meaning of love, we would have had a different kind of civilization. Its scientific meaning as the giving and regiving of nature's process has never been known. And now we say to you, do not be confused with the complexities of life. When life seems complex and you have decisions to make because of these complexities, remember this one thing. You have only one simple decision to make at this moment, only one. The next one has not yet arrived. That one decision you must make is that you shall only do that which makes you loved. There is no decision other than that which any man may make and find happiness for himself and give happiness to the world. Upon that one principle, a great civilization once lived in which crime, fear, hate, and greed were never known. That civilization did not have one policeman or soldier, for there was no need of them. Each man was trained from childhood to do only that which would make him loved. May the day come again when man shall do only that which will make him to be loved. The world has grown dark with fear. Only love can void that fear. It has to be love in action. Words alone will not help. Working together with love toward the single purpose of a better way of life, we cannot fail to give birth to the greatest age ever known in the history of mankind, an age of character. If love be in the world, hate cannot also be.